Hello, everyone, and welcome to iReadit, bringing you your weekly dose of the internet for Sunday, December 9th, 2018. I'm Michael Schwan.
I'm Nathan Wood.
Not even no pun name, no pop culture name for me to not remember.
I got a pop culture name for you.
Okay.
Looks about room to figure it out. My name is Jake Roberts.
Is that just a name?
It's a pop culture name.
From what? Because I don't know it.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. I carry around a snake everywhere I go.
Woody from Toy Story.
No.
No,
his name's not Jake Roberts. His name's Woody.
Okay, I don't know.
I'm Jake the Snake Roberts. He's a wrestler.
Oh, okay. Like in a movie or an actual guy?
No, he's like an actual wrestler. He would carry around a snake. He would take it out in the ring.
When you say a snake, was it like a cute little guy, or is it like a full boa?
No, it was like a python.
It was like a python? That's cool. Ball python.
Carried it in a bag.
What color was it?
Snake colors.
Snake colors?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's got like some browns here. It's white belly.
It could have been like yellow.
But it's like a python.
Do they not?
It's python colors.
Do pythons not turn yellow? Is that only like boas?
I don't know. Something
python something.
I don't know the colors of a fucking snake. Oh, I know the exact colors of a snake.
Is this? I'm waiting. Is this a joke? I know it is. What is it?
No. I lost it. I had a joke, but I lost it.
Is it a dick joke?
No.
Was it even a joke?
I believe it was.
I think so.
I'm so fucking beat. That's my bad for forgetting it. Oh well.
Oh well. So how are you, sir?
I'm really tired, but otherwise not bad.
Yeah, how's your week been?
The week's been alright.
Yeah.
Here and there. I'm glad it was over, really. There's some pretty decent D&D games. Friday I did, hardly any work.
What do you deem as a decent D&D game?
If your players are talking about it for at least half a week afterwards.
All right. I'll accept that.
In the morning one yesterday, the guy that is pretending to be a police officer finally got caught. So he got his badge taken away and he's arrested.
That's cool.
And then the other one, it's Curse of Strahd, and they stopped the dream pie making because they put a silence bubble around the hag's windmills so that they couldn't cast their spells, which was useful. However, a couple of them now want to seize the production of it so that they can produce their own dream pies, and another couple of them in the group are like, no, we're gonna kill you if you do that. So there might be some inter-party conflict next session.
Murder.
Not a murder. I guess it might be premeditated.
Well,
might just be manslaughter.
Either way. That's cool.
Yeah.
So you going to temporarily dye your beard white and go pose as an impoverished Santa Claus?
You don't temporarily dye something white, Michael.
Sure you do.
No, you bleach the shit out of it.
Are you gonna bleach the shit out of it and go out as an impoverished Santa Claus then?
No, because then I would have to recolor it afterwards, and that's not something I'm willing to do.
What color would you change your beard to if you could, or if you had to?
Maybe like a black, brighter orange.
What color would you pick if it had to be a non-natural color?
Green or purple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm glad you're doing well, sir. It's good to see you. You're relatively awake. Power to you.
I've been awake for an entirety of about 10 minutes now, so that's a plus.
Hey, that good on you.
Is it? I quite think that I hold sleep very fashionably.
I don't know what that means.
It makes both of us.
Trying to fix your friggin' window in Skype because it's all kinds of fuggered up.
It could just be my camera too.
No. It's because like with one of the recent updates, either on Skype side or our broadcast software side, it won't just actually pull your Skype feed. So I have to like draw a box around you.
Weird.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb. Except I need to change it so it doesn't show my mouse like picking your nose and shit.
Oh.
I mean, unless you're into that, then, you know.
I don't know. Whatever.
Whatever.
It's just my nose. I don't need to breathe properly.
I mean, most of us don't already anyway, so.
Yeah.
What's
Including
breathing?
me.
What's breathing, Precious?
Yeah, right.
What's breathing? Not me. All right, anyway.
No, that's one of the things I can remember. Breathing and fine dining.
Good work, good work. China is holding 800,000 Muslims in internment camps.
This was submitted by Pumpkinhead 4 to Our World News.
So, not only are they like internment camps, they're like Chinese propaganda camps where they're trying to force people to give up Islam and essentially adopt the Chinese doctrine.
I didn't realize being Chinese was a religion.
I didn't either. But
today you learn things, you know?
They're trying to feed people that communist propaganda.
I'll tell you what. I mean, it might actually work depending on you know, how they do it.
Carefully and with force. Lots and lots and lots of physical abuse.
Yeah, I would say physical abuse tends to be something that people react to change. I mean, it's a negative reaction, but
yeah, I know. Yeah, but I mean, it's effective, right? I'm trying to figure out what the fuck to do with my goddamn.
I don't actually know if it's effective.
Fucking microphone, god damn it! Why does this feel in the way today? I don't understand. Anyway,
I couldn't tell you.
The actual number is based on an assessment by the U.S. government. We don't know the exact number. It's around, they're guessing around 800,000 and possibly more than 2 million Uyghurs, which are ethnic Kazakhs, all of which are in there for the same reason of that China doesn't like what you believe in and you need to believe in something else if you want to be part of China. There's several stories that have come out of those internment camps from people that have gotten out of them, whether by proving to China that they are truly part of the Chinese agenda or otherwise. So,
well, I don't think this is good for their people as an overall move.
I mean, you know, it's no worse than America in many ways.
In fact, this galvanizes the negative feelings that they would have.
Yeah, it's kind of just validating a lot of people's points when it comes to that China is a bunch of shitlords.
I mean, yeah, they definitely are, but
oh well.
Yeah. What can you do about this? Sanction them?
That's the thing. Like, it's so frustrating
it's
to
people,
me. Because I guarantee you that if this became a larger world issue, that the world leaders themselves would just condemn it. Maybe say, China, you got to pay us some money. Feeding into that whole it's legal for rich people shit, and then like nothing would happen. Like, it's no different than all the crap that Russia is pulling all over the goddamn place of like. So, Mr. Putin there, since you're, being real aggressive with Ukraine, we're just not going to have a meeting, okay? Like, that's what it is? You're just not going to talk to them? Yeah, yep. I don't want to talk to them.
And then he secretly had that meeting anyways?
Yeah, we'll talk about that later today. But And even so, on other fronts, it's like, we're going to tax you for it. And it's like, okay, whatever. Money's made up when you're a government for the most part. As long as you have a big enough and powerful enough government, your money's made up. America is like $21 trillion in debt. Our debt is massive. China's in debt. Russia's in debt. All the major countries are in debt. And that's because it doesn't matter, because money's made up to the government.
Yeah, it's all floating around IOUs anyways. It's all fake and not real, but at the same time real and frustrating.
Yep. So, with all of that, I don't even know. I don't know what you do about shit like that. I don't know what you can do. Because gone is the day where America swooped in, blew up everybody, stuck in our own constitution, and said, be good or we'll come blow you up again.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Is it long since? Because we kind of have done that in the Middle East.
It's not working, though. That's the thing. Like,
Sure.
We used to do it in places where it worked, but we don't actually put in the time investment to make sure that it happens.
Not since Vietnam. Actually, before Vietnam.
No, Vietnam was kind of the point where we just gave up on that whole idea.
Yeah.
Anyway.
9.
Kellogg's is using rejected cornflakes to make beer in an effort to cut down on food waste.
This is submitted by Summit 316 to our uplifting news.
Tell me, Nathan, would you drink a beer made out of Kellogg's cornflakes?
Yeah, it'd probably help me stop masturbating.
Okay, explain.
Kellogg, the guy who made Kellogg's, is fucking crazy. The reason why he made breakfast cereal is to get people to stop masturbating.
Okay. Well, you are going to be able to pick up a throwaway IPA made by Seven Brothers Brewery in Manchester, which is going to use upcycled cornflakes that are either too big, too small, or overcooked to go in a box of breakfast cereal, because there's those standards. It's all got to look perfect. Otherwise, us consumers will just be angry as all shit. That's why, they throw away like 75% of fruit and only the pretty ones get put on the shelf.
I mean, you can't sell ugly.
So, Kellogg says that the beer is going to be using about 30% of the entire grain content will be cornflakes, 70% of it will be wheat. The cornflakes are added during the mash process, which reportedly sweetens the taste and gives the IPA a cornflake golden color.
That's fucking cool.
If I liked beer, I would be more excited, but I bet you it's still gross.
See, that's where you're wrong. You just don't have refined taste buds.
You mean I don't have brainwashed fucking Stockholm Syndrome taste buds?
No, you just don't have taste buds. Your taste buds are like, oh, yes, let's drink and consume this sweet thing. Maybe a bitter thing once or twice, but it has to be followed by something sweet.
It doesn't have to be sweet. I like bitter things. I like sour things.
It's just another form of sweet.
I don't like the back end taste of beer. It is every single beer I've had has this disgusting aftertaste that just kind of like pastes around the back of your mouth, and it's gross.
No, you just don't understand.
Like drinking it itself, like most of them are acceptable. But once they leave my mouth, they are now disgusting.
You don't, no, you just don't get it.
You're right. I apparently don't. Can you explain it to me, sir?
No, it's more of a feeling.
Sure, if you say so.
8.
FBI catches Air Force senior officer during underage sex sting operation.
It's submitted by OMS6 to our news.
People are pieces of garbage.
Yeah, this guy's an asshole.
That's about all I have to say. 47-year-old Air Force Lieutenant Colonel, I'm not going to say his name, although I will say that his name, entertainingly, is the same as a particular famous singer of old. Anyway, he was caught by the FBI when he was trying to meet up with a girl at a hotel after the two talked online. Guess what? She wasn't real. She was an undercover FBI agent.
Now, wasn't there another fairly high-profile guy that got convicted recently of pedophilia. Something about an airplane.
Maybe? I don't know.
Where
Probably.
both Trump and Clinton had been on that airplane that had supposedly had like 14-year-olds that they were ready to diddle on it.
Oh.
Yeah. Clinton was on it like once or twice, and then Trump was on it like 14 times, and he has defended the guy before the guy got convicted.
Damn.
Yeah, so it does not look good for him.
You know.
Oh, but if you were him, though, that's fake news. I didn't say that at all.
Yep, fake news. Just like he's never been to Russia, right?
Even though we have like actual footage.
Nope.
Of everything.
Never been to Russia.
You can't claim that it didn't happen anymore.
I never talked to them.
We can see it.
I wasn't there.
It's there.
There's no collusion. I wasn't there. There's nothing there.
But no, there's definitely stuff there.
I like how Trump tries to apply his business tactic in his defense of, because like it's proven that a legitimate business tactic is to just keep saying something is great, something is amazing, and people will start to believe it and want to buy it. Like that is actually a proven strategy that works. But you just have to keep saying it.
You gotta keep fooling people into believing it. But you can't do that in politics. You wanna know why? Because a nation is not a fucking business.
Well, and it's like my shirt's not gray. I can see it. You're wearing a gray one. No, it's not gray. I don't even own gray clothes. You're wearing one. No, it's not gray, buddy. Like it doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't. And he's assuming it does. It's not like that.
Oh well.
7.
California officially becomes the first in nation, not First Nation. They're not a nation, although they have tried a few times. First in nation mandating solar power for new homes.
This is submitted by Dagster to our news.
Dags.
This is fucking cool, though. Is this because of the wildfires and everything?
Nathan, you like Dags?
I do like Dags.
Good. So California is going to officially become the first state in the nation to require homes that are built in 2020 and forever thereafter to be solar powered. So
that's a lot of homes.
So for every house built afterwards, solar power has to be included. Now, it's only expected to increase the price of the home by about $10,000, which is about $8,500 for the solar panel and $1,500 to make the homes more efficient so that they can actually have the efficiency to use the solar panels that will go onto the roof. There was a lot of initial pushback from this from random places, mostly because people are like, it's going to make our jobs take longer and cost more, and we don't care about the environment. And unanimously, everyone on the friggin' California Building Standard Commission were just like, nope, don't care. Got to do something. Solar panels are a requirement.
Well, I think it's kind of a good idea, though.
It is a good idea. It's a really good idea. It should have been done a while ago. But
everywhere.
Somewhere had to do it first. California loves to be the place that does it first, so they're going to do it.
I don't know. Colorado is kind of the leader for a couple of things.
Yeah, probably. But California does really like to do things first, yeah, that's just who they are. So basically California is just continuing to push forward with the whole idea of renewable energy, forcing it onto homes. Yeah,
so that's cool. I think I can appreciate this, and I think I can appreciate this even more if it gets implemented on the federal level.
I don't know if we'll ever see it on a federal level. I'm pretty sure there would be a ridiculous level of pushback on it from some areas.
Maybe just for federal buildings then.
Yeah, federal buildings, I could see that because they're not. Then you wouldn't have the question of reaching too far. But I don't know. I hope that we do continue to see it in more places because, I mean, we are seeing countries that have already reported that they had, near or complete 100% powered their entire country off of renewable energy. Some of the people that are way behind on that are America, China, because we suck. We're too busy trying to sell everybody everything else rather than being concerned about the well-being of ourselves or the world as a whole. But it is good to see even the smallest step forward taking place.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's our time to shine. Like, let's fucking do this.
So let's keep moving.
Yeah, forward.
Jennifer in the chat room says maybe it'll drop housing costs on non-solar power homes, because housing in Cali is stupid. I don't know if I don't know if it'll reduce the. I mean, if it does, I don't think it'll reduce it by any relevant amount because the problem with California is that there's a bunch of places and not everyone, but a very large number of people want to live there.
I'll tell you what, if it doesn't reduce the housing costs, the fire will.
That's fair. Burn the state down every year or two, and people will slowly start to realize it's more difficult.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all you got to do. Just follow the Chinese. Actually, I think in this case, it's like the Russian example of just burn down their homes, kill them, and.
No, that's not. It's not the proper response, really.
No.
No, it's more like slash burn agriculture.
Sure. Slash burn's not that bad though. It's pretty good for the dirt, not good for the homes.
I mean, I guess.
Because
it's good for the dirt that the homes are on.
Yeah, it's just not good for the homes. Anyway.
6.
Ajit Pai admits Russia interfered in net neutrality process amidst lawsuit.
This is submitted by Specs to Our Politics.
Specs. So
there you go. Let's reverse it.
See, that's the thing is like they're not going to because Pai cites the argument that FCC's IT staff was able to keep information private, sort through the cyber attacks, and able to distinguish every last email that was from Russia or from a fake account. I don't believe them.
I don't believe that whatsoever.
The other thing is that as the investigation continues into this and research continues into this, literally this itty bitty much of the actual real comments, all of them besides the smallest little speck, were all in support of keeping net neutrality rules.
Yeah, I can understand.
But as they continue to look into it, they found like it was something like 500 million email, not 500 million, 500,000 emails from Russian accounts, 8 million comments from fakemailgenerator.com.
Fakemailgenerator.com.
Yep.
That is not even remotely subtle.
Nope. So, and it makes me wonder, though, if 100% of the comments were in favor of keeping it, why, like, how strong of an argument can you truly try to make against still going forward with what you said, with what you did?
You can't. You have almost zero argument to sit on other than your only argument is you guys are stupid and don't know what's best for you, so daddy's choosing it for you.
Well, and I remember like one of the things that he said is like, if anyone can provide us actual legal reasoning in a legal format as to why we shouldn't do this, we'll consider it. And it's like, it doesn't matter if someone can provide a full legal basis for it. That's not how it works. We did not provide, we don't have to provide you a legal reason for somebody to be elected. You know why? Because we said so. We don't you don't need to provide a legal reason for us to say that the LGBT community should be able to operate on whatever level it wants. You know why they're able to do so now? Because we said so.
Yeah, that's essentially your legal reasoning. Your legal reasoning is the American people get to vote, and they vote fuck you.
Like that, yeah, exactly. Like that.
So,
like as horrible as it is, if America is like, all right, 75% of us say that we should just fucking burn down Washington, D.C. Guess what? That probably means Washington, D.C. is going to get burned down. Like, because that's how majority vote works. It's shitty and it sucks sometimes, and it works against the people that are trying to get something good done sometimes. But at the same time, that's how that works, because majority rules.
And I mean, that's America. You don't like it, get out. Or that's what they'd say, at least.
5,
Or, make it better. American-born citizen sues sheriff after he was nearly deported to Jamaica.
Submitted by successful operation to our news. Now, wait a second. Jamaica's all right.
Yeah, but he's not from there. He doesn't know anyone there.
That's fine.
Peter
Jamaica's
Sean
still
Brown.
a pretty fucking cool place.
Well, it goes beyond that. One,
Of all the places being deported, Jamaica would be an all right one, I feel.
yeah, but still. Peter Sean Brown, who was born in Philadelphia, was detained by Florida authorities. And after a note from ICE, the International Customs Enforcement, I can't remember what the I is, either way, was held by the sheriff's office and then was actually sent to the ICE facility, where when he got to the ICE facility and told them all the same things of like, look, I have my birth certificate, I have my license, I was born here, fuckwads. They very hastily arranged for his defense and confiscated all of the documents that they had provided him in regards to his deportation. But he is now suing the sheriff's office because the sheriff's office would not listen to him and his claims, and in fact were mocking him while he was in there, saying things like, it's gonna be all right, man, and then started singing like, in West Philadelphia, born and raised, because he was talking about how he was born in Philadelphia, and he's like, okay, you racist sons of bitches, not only have you
that's not okay. What makes you think that's okay? Are you fucking stupid?
Yeah, they are. And so not only is he like, you guys are racist as crap, you held me against my will for months, I've lost my job, you berated me, you did not listen to me, you forfeited my own rights that I did not forfeit to you, I'm suing you.
Oh, absolutely. That's definitely the road that you have to take there. That is how you get paid right for your liberties being taken away.
Yeah.
You can't just do that to citizens. Well, I mean, I guess you can.
I mean, they just did it, but they'll also have to pay for it. But holy
That's
good
fine.
God.
Legal for the rich.
You terrible human beings. Like, serious. Like,
and it's more than likely going to happen again. That's the worst part.
Like, the problem that I have is, like, let's say you're a member of that police force, okay? And let's say you're a shitbag anyway. And you do this to this person, but then like someone comes in and they're like, dude, I'm an American, seriously, I can get you my birth certificate. They'd probably listen to him because they know the guy. And it's like, you should offer this person the same amount of belief and trust that you would somebody that you know. Like, you're not inviting him into your home, you're not bringing him over for dinner or loaning them $10,000. They're just like, look, I can prove that I am an American. Like, I understand that things are shitty right now, but I can prove this to you. And then you just start mocking them in response. No, fuck you, get the fuck out.
Yeah, that's some bullshit right there. Fucking dickheads.
Like, you big fat jerks. Like, the thing that makes it even worse is, like, he probably will end up getting a decent payout, which he well deserves. But nothing is probably going to happen to the people that actually caused this.
Yeah, which is really the downfall. Like, those people should probably be fired.
You want to know what makes it even more amazing? So, this guy is 5'7". The ICE documents that they sent the sheriff's office said he was 7 feet tall. And that apparently wasn't a red flag.
Hold on. He's 5'7", and they claim him to be 7 feet tall?
Yes.
This is literally some shit from goddamn slavery days people would use to exaggerate, to make sure that people would understand that it was okay to do what they were doing.
Stupid.
They were trying to invoke fear by saying, hey, this dude's super tall, and we got to get him out of our fucking country this way.
4,
24 Amazon workers sent to hospital after robot accidentally unleashes bear spray.
That's not an accident. This is submitted by Temporary Creature to our news, but that's not an accident.
I know it's not, Nathan.
That's a hit.
I knew you'd
That's
love
a fucking
this one.
robot hit right there.
Yeah, so 24 were sent to the hospital, and another 30 were treated at the scene. There was over 80 people that were affected by this incident, as a robot just punctured, crushed, and began spraying bear spray all over the place.
That's a fucking hit.
That, I
He
mean,
was ready to cause some. That's all right though, right? Bear spray. You can put bear spray on your nachos. I think all these people should be fine.
don't put bear spray on your nachos, Nathan.
You can. It's fine. It's just a bunch of like what, capsaicin.
Yeah, that's
You
exactly.
definitely put it on your nachos. You eat that shit.
Don't listen to Nathan. Don't put it on your nachos. Do fear the robot uprising, as the first signs of it have begun appearing.
You should. I mean, you should do both. Fear the robot uprising and put it on your nachos.
In protest?
I mean, just cause.
Because why not? Why wouldn't you?
Actually, I think it was on Trevor Noah, on the Daily Show. One of their people, after that story broke of the guy saying that tear gas was harmless and that you can put it on your nachos. Some guy on the Daily Show sprayed his nachos with a bunch of tear gas and ate it, and he did not like it. And I would just like to point out that even though it is edible, like it will not hurt you if you consume it. That does not mean that you definitely should have it in your eyes, as well as in your ears, in your nostrils,
lungs.
Yeah, exactly, lungs. So you should fuck off with that shit.
Yeah, people
Can't fool me.
People be dumb.
3,
Trump did meet with Putin at the G20 summit, despite insisting meeting was off ahead of summit.
This was submitted by PPD 322 to Our World News.
The difference is that it wasn't an official meeting. They did not discuss business.
That's what you think.
They just had a dinner with one another. It was just a friendly dinner between friends. I mean, associates. I mean, two mutual men of respect.
A man and his giant bitch.
So they didn't have a meeting. They had dinner. Fuck you.
Yeah, no, that's still suspect. I can't wait for more of these fucking indictments to drop. Do you hear that fucking his son Junior is hiding out in Canada?
Yeah, he is.
Like a giant fucking bitch. You know that Canada's just gonna extradite your stupid ass?
Yeah, Canada don't care. They're like, oh, dude, no, we don't want you here. You need to run to Russia. Like,
yeah, buddy, there ain't no fucking way you can live here.
although apparently Trump did, on some level, question/mention the activity in the Black Sea and the whole stuff between Russia and Ukraine. So, yeah. While Sarah Huckabee Sanders has not said anything, so the White House has
That's
not.
because they're still trying to figure out how to explain it.
That's fine. Putin was just happy to say whatever the fuck he wanted. He was like, oh, yeah, I answered his questions about the incident in the Black Sea. He had his position. I have my own. We stayed in our positions.
I seriously doubt.
I like how Putin doesn't
That's
even
what
care
happened.
at this point. He's like, well, you're not literally letting me whip you anymore. So anything you do that I can pick apart without being an uber dick, where it looks like I'm still cooperating, I'm going to do every single time.
And he does it flawlessly.
Oh, yeah, he does. He's great at this game.
It's amazing, really.
Like, unfortunately, he's fantastic at it. That's also why he's been in office as long as he has.
Yeah, it's because he knows how to game the system, especially in Russia.
He went on to say, it is unfortunate that we can't hold a full format meeting. I think it is very much needed in connection with issues at strategic stability, especially after Trump announced the United States plans to withdraw from the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty. Which, holy fuck, Trump, please don't do that. Please don't do that. We have an agreement with Russia. It's why the Cold War ended. That would say that we cannot build missiles that will go over 500 kilometers. You know why? So that the world doesn't hold its own testicles in a vice grip of we can bomb anyone no matter how far away they are. There's a reason that treaty is there, and if you pull out of it, you know the very first thing that Russia's going to do, because the only people in that agreement are us and them. Literally no one else. It is just us and just them.
And they're just gonna go public with what they're doing.
If you pull out of that agreement, they're gonna be like, well, we got bombs that could reach Mars now. Fuck you.
Bombs that can reach Mars. That's ridiculous.
Like, son of a bitch. Please, fuck.
Yeah, it's just not a good idea, because it's what's holding at least pretend shit in place.
Yeah, it's a bunch of formalities, but it's important ones. Anyway, so also at the G20 summit, Donald Trump was heard off camera saying, "Get me out of here," to an aide as he left the G20 summit in Buenos Aires, leaving the president of Argentina standing alone on stage.
This is submitted by Maxwell Hill to Our World News. This is probably like one of my favorite videos recently.
Where he just like shakes the president of Argentina's hand and then just walks off.
He just walks off, and then the president of Argentina is like, "What the fuck?
Where's he going?"
I saw it replaced with the fucking
Confused Travolta.
The gift from with Travolta from the Tarantino movie. It's at the tip of my tongue. I feel stupid for forgetting Pulp Fiction.
There you go. Apparently, this isn't that uncommon, though. Trump is apparently extremely spacey and forgetful, to the point that there has also been instances where, like, he was supposed to have meetings in his office to sign a document, and everyone would come in because, you know, there's always, like, this crowd whenever he signs something, or whenever any president signs anything. And he, like, got up and shook everyone's hand and walked out of the room, was like, "Oh, hey, nice to see you, nice to see everybody," and then left. And Pence had to go get him. It's like, "Mr. President, you have a document that you need to sign." He goes, "Oh, I do?" And, like, walked back in. Like, literally when they had just said, like, "We're going to bring everyone in so you can sign your executive order." "Oh, okay." Walks in. "Hi, bye."
That's because that motherfucker doesn't pay attention to what people say.
I think it's because he's starting to get old. And
no,
age affects everyone differently.
He's got a perfect bill of health. He's the healthiest president we've ever had.
Yeah, I don't believe that in the slightest.
No, it's definitely it's definitely true.
Nope.
Times like these, I kind of miss having Chadwick in our chat constantly.
Yeah, I know. I wonder where he's at.
Sleeping.
Probably. Man who plowed into Charlottesville crowd found guilty.
Man who plowed into Charlotte's. This was submitted by Captain Kirk 10 to our news.
This motherfucker.
Oh, I mean, it would be Captain Kirk.
So, he has been found guilty with first-degree murder, and he gets to go to jail. Fuck that guy.
Good, yeah. No, that guy's a fucking asshole.
Like,
he killed Heather Brown?
Yes.
That was her name?
I do believe that was her name.
Man, I can't believe I remember that.
So
yeah, during the was it March of the Right or something like that?
Something like that.
Which, in my opinion, if you ask me, is more like March of the Third Right.
Damn, Nathan, Jesus.
It's a pun.
Is it even a pun? Kind of.
It is kind of, yeah.
It's just a really, like, uncomfortable one.
Yeah, it's not something that you like.
Anyway. So, yeah, there's nothing else to say about that besides, fuck you, you piece of trash who plowed into an entire group of counter-protesters because you thought that was the right way to stick it to them. Well, you did. You killed a young woman, and now you get to go to jail for it, you piece of garbage.
Does it have how long he's going to jail for?
No, because he hasn't actually been sentenced yet, or so they just found him guilty.
Oh, okay.
So
they haven't tacked some stuff on there.
Yeah, later he will go back, and the judge will be like, "Well, you get to go to jail for fucking ever." Probably not. It's probably only like 3 years. I have no idea what the general term is for murder, but whatever.
1.
Leaked emails for Mark Zuckerberg show Facebook struck deals over user data.
This was submitted by Pilkinge to Our World News.
Nathan, I'm so shocked. I
Color-
can't believe this.
Color me surprised.
Are you trying to say that the lizard person would sell us out?
Absolutely.
I cannot believe this. Oh my God.
I have an easy solution for you.
What's
Don't.
that? Don't believe it. That's
Don't
what Facebook would like. Facebook would love that. So yeah, around 250 pages of emails and other documents have been published, some of which have been stamped as highly confidential. Talk about the deals between Mark Zuckerberg, who is the CEO of Facebook, and private companies about how much data and what kinds of data they will receive, including some companies receiving full access to every last ounce of a user's data.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's actually ridiculous and should not have been anywhere near a good idea.
So, yeah.
So how are they going to correct this?
They're going to deny it and then pay a pittance out of their billions and billions and billions of dollars and then move on with their life and nothing's going to happen.
That's right. Legal for the rich. My bad.
Yep. And that goes even farther when it comes to companies.
Yeah, no, especially when it comes to companies. Unless you do something that outright kills your company, like you can do almost anything.
Because, like, that's the thing. Is like, if a rich person does something wrong, like, yeah, there's a lot of things that you can say it's legal for the rich person. But depending on how bad it is, they can at least be sent to prison for quite some time. Like, you can still affect the person. But a company... I mean, sometimes they'll hold like a CEO or some people at the top accountable, but it still doesn't do anything to the company or the shitlords that they're being, and they'll still do other shitty stuff if you remove the shitty tip and then just let a new shitty tip grow, it's not going to do anything.
First of all, I mean, now you've got two tips and both of them are pointing, to the negatives.
Yeah. So.
yeah, I don't know, but this doesn't surprise me, but it does. It's just another piece of that Facebook continues to push forward and just be massive, like, twats.
So, well, let's hope actual repercussions come from this. It's really unfortunate because the people who are like, all right, this proves that we should stop purchasing in Facebook and switch to some other format. Let's stop using our Facebooks and use another format. But a lot of the other formats people are using are already owned by Facebook. So it's not really hurting Facebook all too much.
Well, and the people that are buying into Facebook, they don't give a shit either. They only care if it makes money.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, because why wouldn't they?
Look at me! Nathan, what did you care about in the last week?
Do you go to Serrano's?
I have been to Serrano's, yeah.
The theater, downtown?
Yeah, I've been there.
Have you been there within the last, 4 years or so?
4 years?
Yeah.
Probably. I think the last time I was there was like 3 years ago.
Okay. So you may have unfortunately had the pleasure of seeing a pedophile perform.
Okay.
Serrano's in Anchorage, the theater company, has been hiring repeatedly for several roles a convicted pedophile.
Okay.
Who was convicted not very long ago. I think it was even in 2014 or so, or 2008.
Sure. Go on.
But they, instead of no longer hiring him when it was brought out, instead of doing anything really, they chose to do nothing and continue to hire him. And this has made everybody who works there, as well as people who go in there, uncomfortable. And I would just like to bring attention to this because it's happening in our town. And it's caused this huge Twitter fight on the subreddit even.
So
for Anchorage.
I do have a couple of questions, and if you don't know the answers, that's fine. Do we know what he did that got him convicted?
We do. I don't remember it off the top of my head. I'm going to go and find it really quick.
Okay, because whenever I hear stories like these come up, I always immediately think of the situations where like some dude unfortunately got too drunk and started pissing like on a street corner that was near a playground and became marked as a pedophile, and like that happens way more than it should.
No, I want to say this one is, this one was like he got caught trying to actually solicit a kiddo to diddle.
Okay. The other part is, so like
The Alaska subreddit's nothing but fucking earthquake.
yeah, people are stupid as shit. Don't be surprised by that. So then my next question is, by the sound of things, they didn't tell anybody who he was.
Oh, absolutely. Why would they?
Well, I mean, isn't there like, I know that he has a requirement to let people know who he is, but I don't know how far that goes.
Cyrnos has repeatedly chosen to cast a man who, as a youth pastor and teacher, molested a 14-year-old. It's been making their cast and main community uncomfortable for months, and now seems to have bubbled over into the world of social media.
Well,
I've got a name, but
yeah, we don't need that.
They've been in various productions since at least 2017. They're a registered sex offender who was popped in 2009 for sexually assaulting a student under his care. And since 2017, he's been featured in promotional interviews. So it's been going on for a long time and isn't new information. So a lot of people are like back and forth. It's like, well, when does it constitute him being able to do stuff? You know, because it's been, you know, like
9 years.
9 years, yeah. And a lot of people are like, well, if you're convicted, I feel like you should still be able to, you know, live a life, have a happy family, as long as you're, you know, reformed, but you shouldn't be able to do public things. Like, you shouldn't be in the public spotlight.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, because like saying that, like what deems the public spotlight? Two, it's not like they're promoting what he did or saying that it's okay. I mean,
right. I feel like this comes down to what the members of the people that you hired feel. And I hate, unfortunately, that sometimes gang mentality can be a not good thing, but you have to kind of go along with what the majority is telling you.
Oh, well, I mean, it goes along the lines of what we talked about before as majority rules. Like, if you have 10
and if the majority of your cast...
Well,
say,
yeah, if
hey,
you have 10 employees,
like
one of them is this guy, 2 people say he's okay, and the other 7 are like, no, I want him out of here. Guess what? Like,
you're listening to the 7.
I mean, you don't have to, but you really should.
Right.
So
I feel like they definitely need to handle this better because they've decided to do nothing about this.
See, the biggest issue is when you don't even provide some sort of statement on it. Like, if you just ignore it, you're just going to make things significantly worse.
They have a response here. Let me read it to you. To whom it may concern, this is in response to some recent comments on social media. When CTC, Cyrnos Theater Company, was approached by the individual in question to audition for our plays, we approached the question very seriously with consideration for our staff, for the safety of our staff, our artists, and our patrons. We began by talking at length with the 2 other theater companies he had worked at since his release. In each case, they spoke highly of his work ethic and his adherence to limitations on his activities required by those companies. We then spoke to him about his conviction, the terms of his probation, and how he could potentially include him in our productions in a way that would ensure the safety of all involved. We then discussed the fairness and perception of including or excluding him from our shows. In the end, we decided that it was the role of the justice system to punish crimes, and it was our job to be inclusive of all voices while ensuring the safety of our community. It should be very clearly stated that CTC does not condone his crime, and his presence in our building is an event which is carefully monitored and planned. He is not in the building when minors are working on our productions or participating in workshops. CTC has always and will always be deeply supportive of victims' rights and victims' voices. The casting of an artist who has served his time is in no way an abandonment of those values. We understand that there are strong feelings on both sides of this issue, and rightly so. It is not our intent to minimize anyone's experiences or emotions on any side, and we appreciate constructive feedback on this issue.
Okay.
A lot of people are talking about how this is essentially looking the other way when it comes to things like this.
Yeah. I don't know.
I do not have an opinion when it comes to an individual going to Serrano's to watch things, because I frankly just don't. I don't feel the need to. There's been times where I've wanted to, actually, to be fair. But I feel that this man's a pedophile. This man sexually assaulted children, and that was his charge. If you keep him away from the children and only have adults interact with them, the adults can be stingy assholes to him. I don't give a fuck. But as long as the children are safe,
So now
that's on you whether or not you want to hire him.
Yeah, I have a question.
You're gonna have the negative repercussions of people wanting to see it or not, anyways.
Yeah, I have a question on that though, Nathan.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's no different than having a coworker you don't like for whatever reason. Like, if you don't like him because he's a dick, or if you don't like him because he's convicted for one reason or another, as long as you guys can still do your job, whatever, you know. Now, the question that I pose to you is, so he is doing, live performances, which are on stage. There's a level of separation between the stage and the crowd. Now, undoubtedly, there are probably parents that are bringing children to come see the performance. Do you feel the stage is enough of a separation?
I feel like it should be enough of a separation, but people don't feel that way.
Okay.
I feel like, given, because I have a decent work ethic, given that work ethic, that person should be able to discern, that person's not going to stop his acting because he sees a child in the crowd to hop off and make away like a goddamn goblin.
Sure.
Right. But at the same time, you still don't want him next to that child, because there's always that chance that afterwards.
Well, and I mean, there's kind of that. I'm trying to think of the best way to think about it, to present it. Of like, I know that they have requirements of like you can't be within a certain distance of whatever it is, but there are times when that doesn't necessarily apply. Like, if you're in traffic and there's a car that pulls up next to you that has a kid in the back, like you can't do anything about that. It's a matter of like, did you go over and walk onto that school because we told you shouldn't do that?
And I mean, they're also alienating not just the people who were victims to this man, but the people who were victims in general.
Mm-hmm. I think their response is pretty shitty, but
oh, absolutely, their response is pretty bad. Yeah, we vetted him. We knew it was there, but he seems all right.
What do they mean by vetted, though? Like, I don't know what that means. Like, did you just run?
They didn't actually say the word "I vetted him."
Yeah,
right?
I know, but like, what? Like, they probably just ran a standard ass background check, asked him a couple questions.
They called both of the theater houses that he worked for before. They said that he was cool, and then they took some things into consideration, and there you go.
I don't know. Seems shitty. Like, I don't think there is, like, there's no right answer in that situation. They're all bad, so.
Yeah. But I think that there are more appropriate answers.
Oh, yeah. Their response was shitty as hell.
Yeah, and they definitely took the more wrong of the answers.
I had a couple things I cared about. One, the trailer for the Avengers 4, what was originally going to be part 2 of Avengers 3, Avengers Infinity War, which then became its own movie, is now titled Avengers Endgame. Have you seen the trailer, sir?
Yeah, I have.
So I'm going to keep this as spoiler-free as I can. I don't...
That makes one of us.
God damn it. I don't think I will spoil anything that will hurt anything. Because something bad happens in Infinity War.
That's all I'm going to say on that part. Something really fucking bad happens in Infinity War.
Yo, if you don't know about the snap, then I can't help you.
Yeah, Nathan, still, just for the sake of people, something bad happens in Infinity War. And the question then posed was like, how are they going to fix it in Avengers 4? Here's the problem that I have with comic books and comic books going to movies, is that they create these awesome, very powerful scenarios, Infinity War, and then they find the most shitty, canned response to undo them, which is going to be Endgame. I imagine it's going to be a good movie. I imagine it's going to be enjoyable and awesome and cool, and is going to be this beautiful capstone of the last 10 years of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I don't know. Their response in the comic books actually wasn't even that great.
I know, that's why I don't really care for comics, because the way that they fix things in comic books is normally some bullshit magic time travel stupid mumbo jumbo crap, because they can't actually solve problems normally or with any form of logic. But beyond that, the other like
no. They can solve problems normally and with logic. They choose to reject that because why the fuck would they permanently kill cash cows?
Truth. And so the thing on that also is like, one, I know that there's going to be a bullshit, weird, mumbo jumbo, suck, awful reason that they essentially invalidate all of Infinity War.
I can tell you, I can almost tell you what's going to happen just based off of that trailer.
Oh, I know what's going to happen. I'm just not saying any more than that to avoid spoilers. The other problem that
that's what I'm saying to the people watching.
Oh, okay.
Like if you're up to date with Marvel, you can fairly accurately guess what's going to happen.
Yeah, if you've seen or know what happens in the very last released Marvel movie and then see the trailer, you know exactly what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. But the other problem that I have is that Chris Evans, dude who plays Captain America, he's done. He is, like, they wrapped shooting on Avengers 4, on Avengers Endgame, and he put out this beautiful post about how incredible it was to be that character for so long. Robert Downey Jr. is also done. A lot of the people that started the MCU are done after this. And that doesn't bother me. The problem that I am going to have is that because you can't kill cash cows, because you gotta just rake in all of the money possible, what could be a beautiful ending is instead going to be an awkward bridge. They're going to find some way to, again, use their stupid ass backwards logic mumbo jumbo bullshit to feed this into what's going to be the second season of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
It's in the fourth wave. This is like fourth season, dude.
No. This is phase 1, 2, and we are in phase 3 of season 1.
Right, and this is going into season 4.
No, phase 4, season 2.
No. You don't understand. These phases are seasons. Like it's not.
Whatever. Sure. Whatever.
It's an entire story arc in these seasons. You're not having a 10-year long season.
No, we are.
No, that's not.
Yeah, that's totally what's happening.
No, not even Sherlock is like.
The entirety of this arc is going to end in April of 2019.
Right. Season 4 is going to end, or season 3.
And that arc started in season 1.
Right, but that doesn't.
Whatever. We're saying the same things in different ways. But because they're going to continue it, you will get more Iron Man. You will get more Captain America. They just won't be played by Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans anymore. They are going to have some stupid way to hook, twist, and feed into the next 10 years of Marvel movies.
No, let me explain to you how they're going to do it, because they've been working on this idea for a while. They've had 10 years to do it, and they've done it. In the comic books, they've just introduced alternative versions of those superheroes.
Sure.
For instance, there's an Iron Man that's actually just some lady who is I forget her full story. I think she was like interning with Tony Stark.
Yeah, she's a young black woman, super intelligent, super talented. Yeah, she's the Iron Man.
So there's plenty of ways you can can write these and everything.
Oh,
Ooh, earthquake.
Aftershock. Do. Yeah. The Thor is currently Jane Foster.
Ooh. Here we go. That's a pretty good one.
All right, it's done. Anyway, so yeah, Thor is currently played by Jane Foster in the comics. Captain America started out as a Nazi. Like, yeah, you can absolutely do different stuff. I just know that
Yeah. Hold on. Captain America didn't start off as a Nazi.
no. In the recent reboot, he did.
No. Let me explain to you how that storyline went. So, there's a force in the universe that can change parts of history and the universe. The Red Skull goes to it and is like, hey, I need to make sure that Captain America is not going to stop my plans. So I'm going to go into the past and make sure that Captain America starts his origin off as a Nazi. So they do that. That happens. And then Captain America becomes president of the universe, and he starts giving, or not the universe, of the United States, and starts giving people like crazy shit. He puts together a death squad for Punisher to go around and killing, people who object to him. Same with Deadpool. That's why Deadpool has like a small mental crisis. But later on, they find out what was wrong with his, fucked off brain and everything, and they go to try and fix it. They go to the person who did this in the first place, and they brought back the original Captain America. And the original Captain America and Hydra Cap fight, and I think Hydra Cap dies, and regular Captain America takes place. So it's not that his origin was that he was a Nazi. It's that there was a time fuckery that caused his origin to be a Nazi for a section of comic books that we choose to forget, because there's no fucking way Captain America is a goddamn Nazi.
Sure. Either way, still going to feed into some stupid bullshit to adjust the Marvel Cinematic Universe into whatever they're going to use to make money next. So, still probably going to be a good movie. I'm just going to have problems with those two things of stupid bullshit to undo basically the last 10 years of movies, and then stupid bullshit to feed into the new Iron Man, the new Captain America, etc., and so forth.
Look, all I'm saying is if Days of Future Past is one of the better fucking X-Men movies, I think you guys will be fine with this movie.
You're fine. All right. You ready to get out of here?
Sure.
Cool. All right, everybody. Please remember that you can help support the show by going to patreon.com/dailyinternet, picking up some of our merchandise in the link below. You can also send us, as well as follow and share the show on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Reddit. All of those are great places to follow and share the show. We appreciate it immensely because it helps the show grow, get found by new people. It's also a great way to send us stories you want us to talk about, whether it's a news story, a topic, a movie, a theory, whatever it is. If you just want our opinion on something, let us know. Beyond all that, though, you can follow me on social media at Schwan Michael, Nathan, and Bimenstein. The show does go live on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Alaska time, 10 p.m. Pacific time, which is noon Eastern. Nope, noon Central.
Which is the very specific time in our case.
Yeah, very specific. Anyway, so with all of that said, that is your 525th dose of the internet. I am Michael Schwan.
What was my name again?
Roger something. Roger Snake Boy. Snake wrestler.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah, there you go. All right, and please remember, everybody.
Well, I didn't vote for you.
Goodbye.
Bye.